Hey, Roxanne.
Hi, Chantel. This is weird because if you're listening on your way to work, Chantel and I are actually seeing each other while we record this. And we typically don't do it, but we promised our listeners we would try to get on video sometime. So here we are on video. But if you're listening to us on audio, that's okay because I prefer that.
Yeah, seriously.
But Chantel said that we were going to hold ourselves accountable and start getting on video.
Yeah, I think we should try at least once a week.
Scare. I'm so scared. Just this. Oh, what is that? Like Chantel, you look like a suburban housewife with your hair right now.
Oh, I know, because it's like literally flipped out. It was a
Yeah.
weird blow dry today. I don't know if I liked it, but it's fine.
So before we get into the OC reunion, you guys, Chantel came through. She came with me to the mall where we went.
Mm-hmm.
Where we went. What do we do? Oh yeah, we took my kids to get their Santa photos. And let's talk about the experience. How was it, Chantel? She said she doesn't want kids anymore.
No, I didn't say that, but I walked out just like, dang, I can't do this. Like, that was a lot. It was 4 kids, okay, all under the age of 5.
Yeah.
And I just can't. And I have a lot of patience, you guys, so much patience. And especially Sloan, we talk about the second child, but that girl is 4 childs in one. And I just couldn't do it. You guys, we went to a candy store because we told them at the very end, we're going to go to a candy store. You guys get one candy each. And they saw these like Beanie Babies. I guess they call them plushies. I don't freaking know. And Sloan and Charlie were crying because they wanted a plushie. We're like, you get one thing each. They kept calling it plushie.
No, they called it. Oh, you guys.
Girls,
Jacob, do not text while we're doing this.
no, you really need it. Like, can you not put your thing on
I
do
know,
not disturb?
Jacob, do not text me right now. He's texting in the other room because he's listening to us and he's making fun of you saying 4 and 1s or something.
Mm.
Do not text because the viewers get very annoyed of the text message noise and I do not know how to shut it off. So I am sorry, listeners. Go ahead, Chantel.
No, they call it a plushie, is what I'm trying to say.
I don't know what they were saying stuffy, but I don't know what you're saying.
I think she calls it a plushie or stuffy. I don't freaking know. Okay.
She called it a
Well, it's a
stuffy.
freaking Beanie Baby, and they're calling it different things. And we told them no. And so Sloan apparently, like, then we go to the food court. Roxanne's getting something to eat for like later. And all of a sudden, you guys, because we made them all put back their stuffies, I see Sloan or Charlie. She's like a snitch. She's like, oh, Sloan has a stuffy, and was so mad because like she wanted one so bad too. We didn't get her one, and I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my god, Sloan just stole a freaking stuffy. I was like, I cannot. I was like, and then I was like, you know what? This little girl's gonna learn her lesson. I was like, you're gonna go in there and you're gonna apologize to the person. She goes, am I gonna go apologize to the cop? I'm like, you're not gonna apologize to the cop. You're apologizing to the person that owns that
Wait, can we
store.
just say something? I was getting a salad and Chantel was like, hey, let me just tell you, we're at the mall, okay? Where very scary things happen at the mall. She says to me, hey, your daughter stole this stuffy. I'm gonna go and teach her a lesson. Can you like look over your other 3 kids down the like
I couldn't tell like if you didn't have a
like
good
so
view.
I could go. I'm like, Chantel, I can't see you guys. You're not leaving my 3 kids. So no. She's like, all right, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I literally take Sloan with me, and she's bawling her eyes out, having to go in there, and like everyone felt so bad for her, and I'm like, she just wants to say sorry, you guys. Even though in my head I'm like, you little girl, you're saying sorry, and she didn't. She didn't really say it, And I'm like, Sloan, you stole. It's not good, but yeah, that girl.
She was bawling on her way back because she was embarrassed. But I mean, she is a very okay. The one thing about my second child, she's very compassionate. She's a very caring person. She's just a monster. You guys,
Monster.
I don't know. Like Chantel, the whole time she's like, bruh. She's looking at Charlie. She's like, okay, good. And then she's like, dude, like, why? Why does she do that? Why does she act like that? I'm like, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But thank God, because like I will say my husband is very like he's very soft with her and she takes to him. And I think me and you, we just like lose our patience.
Yeah.
And we're just like, because you see Charlie and Charlie's like, Charlie, by the way, is not innocent. My first child at home, but in public places, she'll act like, good. Okay. And I don't know, you guys. It was really scary. Okay, so I shared a video of Chantel with the kids, like she's dying, and we had gone to Zara, and Chantel got suckered into buying
Yeah.
Charlie clothes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when you guys saw our bags and you guys were like, "Does Zara have a Black Friday sale?" Me and Chantel never shop like this. I don't know what got into us. Because we never go to the mall. So we literally go to the mall and we just pick up everything. We were just trying it on we would even go in the fitting room. And I spent like $500 and I was
Yeah,
so
no, that was really crazy, like, because I saw a really cute, like, jean jacket set. I was like, I don't think you even saw what I grabbed, and I didn't even try it on, and it is cute, but I'm like, I don't know what was in our minds in that moment. Like, we just kept grabbing
we
things.
just kept
I
grabbing.
didn't, but that's not even true though. We literally bought like 4 things, and our total was like 500. I
Well,
got
I
I got a
brought
pair
two, like, jackets,
jackets,
nice
yeah,
jackets.
but still, like, when the hell did jackets become so expensive from Zara?
They're the like church jackets, like when you go to church or when you go out with a bunch of people and you can't wear like your puff jacket. And
Mhm.
one was 160 and one was 180. But I've been looking for nice jackets for so long. And I just have like ones from high school. It's so embarrassing. So whatever, at least I have nice jackets. And
Yeah, it
that
was
was
yeah, I know, I was dying. Everyone's like, when you posted that sale thing, I was like, "Yeah, no, it was not
Yeah,
a
I was
sale."
like, is there a sale with Zara? Why are you guys shopping like that? I'm like, I don't know. But the pictures, the Santa pictures of the kids turned out pretty decent. So it's very hard to get all four of them to like look human or
Oh,
normal.
yeah. Even
But
that was just a shit show. It's like they
I
get in there and they're, like, running around, like, at the toys, like, the props, they're props, and they think they're toys, and they're sitting on them. I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
Elle was the star of the show because she's my 7-month-old is just the most
She's
perfect
so
child.
cute.
It's weird. She
Uh-huh.
didn't say anything. So I got really lucky. And then just that second child, man, I just look at her and I'm like, why? And all day she'll say to me, "Am I bad today? Am I being bad?" And I'm like, "No," but like I'm dying inside. So yeah, that was fun. So we were late with OC. What did you think of OC?
I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
It was too much Shannon focus, Shannon and Alexis focus, like I think the way that they kept giving her so much to say, like Alexis, it just really pissed me off. Oh, and then also like the whole like Tamra and Shannon hugging, which we'll get into, is just like bye. But
Tamara.
I have a theory. So
Okay.
well, when I was like picking up on Heather vibes a little bit, what I noticed is that this season, Tamara and Shannon weren't good. Remember last season, she got so upset because like it was like them two always best friends with each other. Like low key, she likes that they're not good. She likes it. I'm telling you,
Heather likes it.
Heather likes it. Heather
Okay.
likes when she gets Tamara to herself.
I don't know why anyone would want Tamara to
Well,
themselves.
clearly they all there's a spell on them because she says sorry or something, and like the only person that's not buying is Jen. Like they say something, and they're all like at her arms.
But Jen will forgive. And even that, I'm like, ugh, but I get it too. But speaking of Tamara seemed very off, Chantel. She did not seem herself. Like something was in control of her and she couldn't speak. It couldn't come out. Like, and a lot of the times this was her. She was just like arms crossed, just like looking down. What is that? What?
Eye contact,
Okay.
eyes.
Ooh, yeah. Eye contact wasn't there. She seemed off. Like there was for sure that was not Tamara, and for sure she something,
Like you think
she
she took like a Xanax or something?
something. I don't
Yeah.
know. She seemed like a person who took something.
Oh,
Just
okay. I
yeah.
didn't pay attention because I felt like the whole like first 20 minutes anyways wasn't even about like she did there was nothing for her to say,
But
so
I'm talking about all 3 episodes. I've been paying
oh, okay.
attention, and then I'm telling you this, like this was like her, like I don't know. Alexis is like so funny though because she calls Shannon bitter, and what's crazy is she actually believes that Shannon's bitter, and I mean,
She
those.
has to though. She kind of has to believe that because if she doesn't believe that, then like she literally looks crazy.
Well, those guys that we went for back in the day where we go back and we're like, I cannot believe I ever talked to that person. That's how Shannon feels about John. Like she's humiliated by him. So, no, she's not bitter. She's totally over it. And especially after getting all the love that she's gotten on social media, the last thing she could give a shit about is John.
Mhm.
And you know what's weird that I noticed? Alexis acts the same that she does in every single relationship that she's in. Whether it was that fiance, and that fiance broke up with her. She mentioned in this episode that she broke up with him and they still talk, but that's not true. And then even like with Jim, like she was always so defensive, which I get it. Like we're kind of defensive about our husbands,
I
but
mean, but like,
really,
yeah,
yeah.
I guess, but not really. It's like there's nothing to be defensive about. Like it's like he it's like she had the opportunity to come into this season really and tell her stories. Like she actually has an interesting life. Like she has her kids that are going through things. Like is one of her parents passed away, right? Was it her mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, passed away. Like she actually could have came into this season and like really like been cool. You know, there could have been that drama, but she made her whole identity about John and their relationship and about John and Shannon. And it's like she did herself a disservice with that. She came into the reunion still defending that and doing that. So I just think like she's really it made her look more Delulu, I feel like, even coming into the
Yeah.
reunion. Like she had another opportunity to like, again trying to be a little bit cool and she wasn't.
This is weird.
I know, I don't like it.
I don't even hear you guys. I don't like this at all. I'm hiding in my kitchen because my kids are all
I
sleeping.
wanna so grab my phone and, like, look at my text and, like, scroll and, like, look at my notes, and I'm
Is
like,
that,
"Should I not? Should
is
I
that
should I?"
what you do during our podcast? Like you'll be distracting yourself being on the phone?
No, like, I look at my notes and stuff, but I'm like, "I don't know if I should be looking down."
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like Andy was over Emily on this reunion. Did you feel
Yeah,
that or
I mean,
no?
I was over Emily because it's like, "Emily, like, this is not about you right now, like, we know you don't like, we know you, like, don't like Alexis. It's not about you. You can show your opinions a different way." And, like, even the way that she was trying to control it, are we not gonna go through, like, we're just gonna talk, like, high level? Like,
Highlight?
yeah, you're not gonna, like, recap the whole thing, are you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm just gonna skip to the end. Like even after, Alexis got off the stage and she's like, "Jen, what are you like? What do you think?" And like she's trying to control it. It was just like, "Come on, Emily, like enough."
So I wanted to talk about the babysitting thing because I know that we had like a few people who were like, I do think maybe not bringing the kids, whatever. That was never our intent to do that. So I do want to say that that's why we didn't put the babysitter's name out. That's why we didn't put pictures out. We just saw it for ourselves and confirmed. And we actually saw what Emily did after we put that out and how she freaked out because the babysitter showed us. So we could put out more that Emily would probably die about, but we're not going to do that. But we just wanted to say, like, we weren't trying to, it sucks because it does have like all the kids in it and stuff, but that's why you don't lie so hard when your kids are involved. But Emily seems like she has really amazing kids, just like Katie does. So it was never about the kids,
Yeah.
It's just about like these two housewives and one person calling them a liar, but we're just going to leave it alone. We
Hmm.
could say more. We've seen more, but we're just going to leave it alone. So I just had to say that because we were talking about Emily. So, okay, moving on. What makes Alexis Chantel super unlikable to me is there was a point where they bring up John buying Shannon a 10K necklace. I think it was Alexis who brought it up. And Shannon's like, he did not buy me a 10K necklace. And then she was like, we have the receipts for it. It's in our accounting. We have it. And what makes her so unlikable is pointing something like that out. Like, imagine your ex's new girlfriend so consumed with things that happened when you two were dating.
Yeah, it almost feels like they get connected by this whole like scandal. Like now that the whole like which the lawsuit is now settled, which I
Yeah.
guess yeah, it's settled. Shannon paid the money. She paid the $60,000. I think it was. He has the money, and it's like, what is the relationship going to be about? Like, there's going to be nothing that she can be going into his bank account for. Like, it's just so weird. Their whole relationship is so weird.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just embarrassed when it does come to this loan thing because the fact that Shannon even stayed with a man who sent her a promissory, what is it, promissory note?
Promise, yeah.
Why, like, do you really think that down of yourself? Do you know how
I mean,
it
did you believe him? Sorry, did you believe him? In that like confession where he was like, we had a volatile relationship. I knew that I was gonna send it to her.
I believe everything he said in that.
Okay.
I believe he did send her that note. I do believe that he did. I don't think I think I don't know. Did you not believe that? I do believe that he did do that. And I think it's so ick and I think it's so gross. So
Yeah. I just think the whole timing of it is all weird, you know, and like when the reunion's over, it just like everything is weird about it. That's it.
yeah. So Emily is so triggered by all the ladies. So you kind of brought up the scene, Chantel, the scene where she's like, she calls out Jen for subscribing to mean girl behavior when it comes to Alexis. But as we can all see, I mean, Jen and Katie are nice people. They just met Alexis. So if Alexis is nice to them, they're going to be nice to her.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Jen and Katie don't owe Shanon any loyalty. Because let's say, for example, right now, so Shanon and Tamra are fighting, and let's say Katie, because she was good with Tamra, she comes in and she says, I'm sorry, I'm seeing you. She comes in and she says, don't be good with Tamra because I'm not. But then as we see Shanon and Tamra make up, so then it would leave Katie out.
Yeah.
And like, you know,
You
like,
don't get in the middle of anything. Like for her to make it seem like you don't subscribe to mean girl behavior, like she just told you that she calls her out. She just told you all these things. Like, and first of all, like let's take it back. Like to even compare Tamra and Alexis is crazy to me. Like you think Tamra is that much of a better person than Alexis is?
yeah,
Like
no.
it's like what's her name thinks that Tamra is freaking like Jesus over there or something.
It was weird when Emily was only addressing Jen in this and
Yeah.
not Katie, because they're really trying to make Katie irrelevant, which is so gross. Because I mean, Katie's also the one talking to Alexis and stuff, but Emily's just like that mean girl. She's, I don't know, she gives me such mean girl. So I think in every single podcast episode that Chantel and I recorded, I called this exact scene. Tamra and Shanon hugging while Tamra says how much she misses her and Shanon falling for it and saying, I miss you too. And Andy was super annoying here. Super
He
annoying
he,
here.
like, wanted it so bad that it was, like it was giving the desperate energy. It's like, "Sit down, like, relax." Like, he
It
was too
was so
much.
annoying. He just kept saying, he's like, she really defended you. Like, I have
Mhm.
to say, she really,
Yeah.
I'm
When
like,
when
Andy,
I was sitting here, she was just, like, under her breath just telling like, agreeing with you. It's like, "Okay, Andy, we know what you're trying to do."
Heather, by
Mom's
the way,
blanket.
yeah, this is
The
my blanket.
lion's blanket. I don't it's not even mine, it's my
It's like
husband's.
a Christmas blanket,
Oh, that's cute.
like a gingerbread. But Heather, also another scene I noticed was when Katie said to her, by the way, Heather, thank you for apologizing to me a little bit ago. And Tamra and Emily are both like, for what? What did you?
Yeah.
You could tell Heather died that Katie brought that up. And it's
Well,
giving mean girl. Like, what are you
yeah,
doing?
I mean, exactly. But again, that's like why it's like you can't have these like conversations with your best friends. Like, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. And then one goes off and does something different because then you look stupid.
Yeah.
It's like you shouldn't even do that. It's like meet people where they're at and like where your relationship is with them, especially on this show. You should not be taking sides unless like you're truly, truly, truly like best friends, and you want to stand up for that person.
Okay, so anyways, the reunion was whatever. It
Yeah.
ends. And then it gives us like a 36-hour later. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are they about to say? What is this? Like, I thought we knew everything. What is this? And it was nothing, you guys.
And it was weird though. Like, why would they even have gone back together for that? Like, I just didn't understand that.
I am still genuinely confused. I don't know who Tamara paid for that to happen, that scene to happen, but it was just so convenient that this conversation is happening after the reunion when Shanon has gotten so much love despite Tamara thinking the opposite. We've said this multiple times. Tamara thought this whole time that Shanon was going to be so hated. So she jumped on that bandwagon. She said she was shocked that viewers were having her back. And so now that she knows viewers are having her back, they wait until after the reunion to all get together and to talk about something that John said at a restaurant. And it was like, haven't we talked about most of this anyways? Like, why was this breaking? Heather was like, I was going to bring it up at the reunion, but I was on my notes and I forgot. So it's like Emily and Gina are just there and they're just happy to be there. They're like, we
Yeah.
finally made it. We're in this group. We're in the mean girl group. Like, we made it. We feel good. And I even hate to say that because like we liked Heather. And I just think that the reason that we would think they were our mean girls is because of Tamra.
Yeah, no, I know. I just thought that it was weird that even if she did bring that up on the reunion too, it's like for what is the whole purpose that like John
Right.
does know more than you that like Shannon's correct in this whole thing that we've been saying? Like what are you trying to like prove here? That
Well,
was weird. That did not like that whole pickup. Like usually they do that. There's like a scandal or something, and like for them to like get together after a reunion and just like talk about the same shit was just odd.
Tamra was trying to
You
win
know,
back the audience in the last 5 minutes. That's what
you know
she was
what?
doing.
I also think that what Bravo was trying to do is that like they were trying to show that like the ladies are good, they can move on, and like this is going to
But
be the
then
next
where's
season.
Katie and Jen? It sounds like a calculated thing to leave Katie and Jen out of it and to just have their clique. And now Tamra decides to explain to Shannon that being friends with Alexis was never to bother Shannon. And it looked like Shannon's buying this. And then Heather is all like, "You're a great mom, Shannon." And Tamara's like, "I love you. That's why I did this, Shannon." It's all so convenient. You're trying to win the viewers back the last 5 minutes. And Bravo gives you guys the platform to do that, which was so weird because that scene was by far the most confusing thing I've watched in a very long time.
Yeah, I didn't understand it, and I don't think anyone really did either. Like I was seeing a little comments come through from like our listeners, and they're like, "What the hell was that too?" And they're
I'm
like
so
still
confused.
tweeting it.
What
Yeah,
was that? What were we watching? Why was that relevant? Why was that breaking? That could have been a phone call. That absolutely did not need to be something for.
the whole season was about this. Like the whole season was, did
We already
John
talked
see?
about
Did
it.
yeah? Did John see the crash? Did he hear it? Like we don't give a shit at this point. They're not
No,
together.
no, that's why this was like Chantal. I'm like, wait, what are we watching? I rewind it. I'm like, what was the point of this? So, maybe again, they want to show resolution for
Yeah,
next.
I think that was the most of it, to be honest.
Yeah. So yeah, that was OC.
Yeah, I mean there wasn't that much for Salt Lake City. Did you watch it?
I did watch Salt Lake City.
Okay, I didn't think there was that much either. Like, well, I just wrote level notes. I didn't
What
recap
did
the whole
you?
show.
What were some of the highlights? I think it was really, really good, though. I mean, Bronwyn is. Did you hear that Rihanna reached out to Bronwyn?
No way. What did she say?
It's crazy because Rihanna had done that to Heather too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Rihanna's always been a Housewives girl,
Yeah,
so
so it's like whatever,
she loves. Rihanna. Do you want to come on and talk about Housewives with us?
right? What if
Um.
she listened?
Oh my gosh.
We're
You
getting
know what?
carried.
You know what's funny though is that actually, who's the new girl in New York? The purse girl. How am I forgetting her name?
I mean, I don't like New York is done with
I
me.
know, but like, how are we so stupid? 1 second.
Rachel, Rebecca.
Yeah, Rebecca Minkoff. Okay. Rebecca Minkoff just went on Skinny Confidential. That's a podcast like I always listen to. It's like a health and wellness podcast, whatever. They're huge though. And she went on the Skinny Confidential podcast and like it was funny because like the girl asked her, Lauren was like to her, like, what made you like pick like Housewives or whatever? And so Rebecca was like saying things like, if this was any other franchise, she's like, I watched the first season of the reboot. It seemed to me that none of these girls were housewives and it was more
Oh
career. Yeah,
wow.
she said it
Okay.
was more career oriented
Yeah.
and like people just finding their way in the city and like their careers, whatever, which is so interesting because like we keep saying like that's what viewers don't like and like look what's happening.
It's not
But
the Real Housewives. That's not what I want to
yeah.
watch.
And so she's like, that's like the only reason. And she's like, and I didn't think that like I had to like, stoop low to like what people do, whatever. But the whole point was, it was funny. Lauren was like, yeah, because like if you see how, OC is or Jersey is, like how nasty, like basically like how much more drama and like how low people get in those shows. And it's funny to see like someone that's like kind of just like a casual viewer, like also know that about like Jersey and OC too.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it was just funny to me that like someone that's not in the bubble. But it is also funny how Rebecca made it seem like New York is not like original
And
Housewives.
that's why New York
Yeah,
isn't. We need to stop with this whole single thing. There's a bunch of shows about single girls. That's not why we watch Real Housewives. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it at all.
yeah.
Especially if like they're not authentic type of thing. The fact that I've moved 100 times, I'm very sorry.
I know, me too. And like this room is messy. Like it's my one room that I make messy because it's like we put our clothes, all this weird stuff. So I'm like trying to not show you guys.
Yeah.
But
What else? What did happen in Salt Lake City? I mean, it
oh
was
yeah, so the biggest thing to me like that stood out was like we have this scene which was like we kind of saw a sneak peek of this, but where Bronwyn and Todd are sitting down and Todd tells like Bronwyn like I was not happy with your behavior, like, and she goes, you're blaming me, and he's like, I've never seen you act that way, like I don't want you to act that way, and
was
it
that
just
your
like
phone doorbell?
yeah, that kind of scared me.
It's It's 11 p.m.
I know, but sometimes it shows, like, people driving by because like,
Okay,
my
that is
street.
scary. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we're fine. Um, but then, so, like, he again is acting like her dad, and she's a daughter, and, like, even her voice gets really low, and she's like, "But, like, they're screaming, like, that's why I'm screaming." Like, didn't you think that was weird that the way she defended herself was by saying, "The lady screams, so that's why I'm screaming."
Yeah, well, I also think that maybe we have to kind of look into how he's looking at things. He's like, you've never acted like this, or you're acting like this because you're on a show. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, I could see why someone would get frustrated if that's not what he married and that's not her personality.
Yeah, but I guess. But it's like also it's like you're on the show with her, like you're filming too. I don't know. I'm very curious to see like what he thinks after watching this now and
Yeah.
his behavior and how he is.
Oh wait, can we talk about when Meredith pulled out her phone and how Whitney grabbed the
Yeah,
phone?
we will. We will.
Okay, wow.
The other the other point of view, one of the other ones is like, what'd you feel about because like this is big was like Angie and her whole story with her mom and her dad. Like she's telling her dad, like, what did you do you think it's like we've heard this before or you like feel
Well,
for her?
okay, I think it's interesting. I think that the dad probably feels a little bit uncomfortable because he's like, we've never talked about this, or, we haven't brought this up in a while, but we're doing it for the show. So it just sometimes feels weird that they do that for the show. And
Yeah.
you can even tell she was like uncomfortable just like talking about it. But it was really sad because I didn't know that her mom like self-medicated and was
Mhm.
drinking. I didn't know that. I thought like she just died.
And it's crazy for 7 kids, like, for him to raise 7 kids alone, like, "We just went to the
You
mall with 4
know,
kids." Like, absolutely not, it's not happening.
well, you know what was interesting about that scene is I guess they said that the mom, Angie's mom, just had one brother, and after that, she said she wanted a lot of kids until she's like, "No, I don't want a lot of kids." That has always been my thing. I've only had one brother and a bunch of cousins, and that's why I wanted a lot of kids. But I don't want 7 kids. Like
No,
I'm
you're done
so,
at
yeah,
4, okay? You're
yeah,
done.
I'm so good. I'm all set. Someone take them, help me.
No, you're done, okay? Yeah, and it was funny also this is not funny, but, like, she brings up Electra going to horseback riding, whatever, and isn't she in the same circle as Teddy's daughter too? Didn't someone say that? Like, they're in the same, like, group, like, they go into the same, like, competitions.
Maybe, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
competitions. But Teddy lives in Orange County.
Yeah, I know, but, like, you have to fly to, like,
Yeah,
certain things
I'm
like that.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It's, like, funny just Housewives will always, like, see each other somewhat. But, yeah, we get to the breakfast at Tiffany's party at Miri's house. Like, did you like her setup?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a good job. I feel like Miri does do a good job usually with her, like, little she's so confident this season. Like, she's very, very, very confident this season.
I love her.
Yeah, I know.
But I think we've always loved her. Even her, like, toxic ways, I'm like, I love it. I
I
don't know.
think the first season, everyone was, like, like, weirded out by her, though. But
Yeah.
we get to the Tiffany, we get to the thing, and what did you think about Brittany walking in not dressed like anything? Like, what's wrong
I
with her?
think Brittany is truly the scariest cast. You know what? Bravo has done a really good job with
Yes.
casting. The new Housewife of Beverly Hills, Bronwyn, amazing. Jen and Katie with OC, unreal. Whoever cast Brittany, and Brittany was supposed to be full time, and then she got demoted to friend of because they saw like she's a phony fraud. She is so ick. Just everything about her, like when some of them resolve their issues, she's like, "What about me?" And I'm like, "This is so forced and ick. Like, who are you? You just came
She
on the
really
show yesterday."
she really gives desperate energy, and it's, like, too
Yeah,
much, and, like, they're kinda, like, nice to her well, Miri was being nice to her, it's like, "Okay, like, well, we hear you," but it's like, "Oh, yeah, like, you just met these ladies, like, where are you coming from?" She right away starts with Angie, like, "You brought wine to my house," and you made that a whole thing, and
it was such a reach. It was so embarrassing.
Angie's like,
Couldn't.
"Listen, girl, you're sleeping with 3 guys, and, you drink all the time, you're drinking champagne now, like, do not like, are your Mormon friends or your Mormon people not gonna see you on this TV show drinking?"
Exactly. It's insane.
I don't think people think things through.
I think they
The
do, but they're not allowed to say we're on a show, dude.
I know. But
So
no, like, clearly she's in La La Land that if, like, you're embarrassed by that, people are gonna see you
yeah.
drinking on a show. Um, the other thing at the lunch was Heather and Bronwyn again, like, we're getting Heather right away, calls out Bronwyn, like, "Thank you so much, Mary, for inviting everybody. It's very nice to invite everybody." Oh, wow, Roxanne's tired, you guys see? This is the
See,
good.
that's why I don't like
Touch
sleep
this.
because I'm yawning.
I know. And so anyways, Heather calls out Bronwyn right away and they kind of go back and forth. The one thing that was very freaking weird is that she brings up like she says something like this to her. She says, "Why would you buy your guys' selves first class and everyone else?" Like, isn't that the weirdest thing to ever say to somebody?
It's the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Like right now, if we were all on a vacation and I'm buying and I got the house, right? Don't you guys expect me to get the master?
Right.
Yes, same situation. If she's buying you guys all plane tickets, why wouldn't she get the best seat?
It's
Even if
another it's another thing where they probably came into this thinking that Bronwyn is not going to be looked at well, so then they target her thinking that they're going to come out on top, but instead they look like POSs.
seriously, I think people really need to like not think that way and just be themselves
Yeah.
and stop trying to see
Yeah,
like what's
stop
going
trying
to
to play the
happen.
game. Stop trying to play the game.
Yeah. I am happy though they're going to finally resolve and say we're okay, we're moving on because I really am over them fighting because it just they're so new. It's like they just met. Like why are you guys fighting like this? But then yes, we get to the final like debacle really at this luncheon. Again, it's Meredith and Angie talking about this podcast and what happened and blah 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 blah. Like no one really cares. And Meredith goes, "Let me show you. Let me show you this
I
thing."
was so scared here. So scared.
Yeah. She brings out her phone. She's like, "Let me show you." And then Winnie was weird though that Winnie grabbed the phone.
Winnie, I would smack the shit out of her, Chantal.
Yes. Yeah. Like, don't touch my phone. Like,
Imagine right now. I guarantee that snippet was from a conversation between Seth. Like, let's just say Seth texted her and said, here's the clip. Like, this is what you can show them or
that
something.
loser or something.
Yeah.
Like, let's just say, like,
Here's what you can show them if they bring up anything. And then Winnie grabs the phone and you're like, shit, what if she sees the text between me and like, don't ever touch my phone.
don't touch my phone. I think that's so wrong. Like that was like it wasn't just like, can I see your phone? She snatched that thing. Okay. So it's like it's an invasion of privacy to me when you're touching someone's phone like that. It's like this is our security blanket at the end of the day. Like, don't come after it. But yeah, Meredith goes crazy. And I think as she should at that point, but then she takes it to the next level, like, and she runs away. She's a runner. She runs away from every conversation. She always leaves. Mary did get up and say, like, you guys stop yelling, or you're going to leave. And she took that as Mary's just telling her to leave my house. And so this is the only time I feel like, why are you smiling?
No, I had a hold in a yawn.
Oh, this is the only time that I actually believe, like, this is a good reason why Meredith did leave, though. Did you think it was warranted for her to leave?
I don't know. I didn't think it was warranted. No, I don't think she should have left. But yeah, no, I don't think she should have left.
I think she doesn't like being called out, and like it's actually like again, what they're calling her out on is stuff that like she does look bad for. So I think she doesn't like to be put under the heat for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was it. Really, that's all I had for the notes. Like, did you notice anything
Yeah,
else in the
it was weird. The episode went by really fast, but it was like good.
Yeah, like it was weird because last episode was like an hour and 15 minutes. Like this episode was like 39 minutes or something. It was really slow.
Wait, was it really just 39 minutes?
I don't know. I was watching on Peacock and it was like 40 minutes, and I had like
like it went by so fast. I was like, it's already done. So I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I had.
What are you doing this weekend?
I have a Friendsgiving tomorrow, which is Friday, and then that's pretty much it, actually.
I have a Friendsgiving Saturday.
Oh.
And then Sunday, I have my husband's family Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's like a really booked up weekend.
Oh my God. You know what? You know what I need to tell everyone? Okay, so there's this app called Too Good to Go. Okay, you guys? And it's basically an app. Did I talk about this app or no? Right? I don't think I have.
No.
I think I have on like Snapchat or something. But so it's an app called Too Good to Go, and everyone can download it. And it's basically like where restaurants or bakeries or even Whole Foods, okay, like they give you things that they were going to throw away that day. So like let's say for instance Whole Foods has a bunch of baked items, and I'm using them as an example because I literally use all the time, have a bunch of baked items that it says like buy the sell date is today. They can't obviously sell it, so they go on this app and it's like supposed to prevent waste, and like I paid today like $5.99 for this whole bag. So I went into Whole Foods, okay, and I got this bag. And the reason I'm telling you this is because it's like a good tip for like we're about to go to all these parties and having to go to things. I got the bag today, okay? And I got this huge thing again with croissants. I got a huge thing of cinnamon rolls. I got cookies and I got
For free?
no, it's for $5.99, but like all of this stuff that I would have bought in today would have been like $29.99.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, and then also I went. This is new to Too Good to Go. Roxana's Krispy Kreme is on Too Good to Go.
Oh, I don't have a Krispy Kreme by me.
Okay, so like the one that's by us,
Yeah.
like I drove to it right after the mall because like I picked up my Krispy Kreme because I have like a work thing tomorrow, and I'm just gonna bring that. And my Krispy Kreme, you guys, was like $5 again, and a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts would have been like $20.
Yeah.
So like it's just cool. It's like you can get things like way cheaper and like you help like no waste and yeah, you're helping the planet. So it's just a hot tip for anybody hosting this week.
I'm
And
going to download that. I like that.
yeah, and the Whole Foods by you too will have it. And the Whole Foods also has prepared foods a lot. They do the prepared foods
Oh, I
one.
love that.
Oh my god,
Because
I just
it's good.
yeah, and we just got one the other day. It doesn't happen every day and you have to like beat someone to it kind of thing, but yeah, like it's only when they have things closed they did, but I bought it the other day and they gave me 2 whole things of salmon, their chicken salad, and a mac and cheese and it was only like all that would have
How
cost
did
me
you hear about this?
someone told like my husband because we have that coffee shop. Someone told us to do it
Oh,
at the coffee shop. They're like, you guys, instead of throwing away things, you guys should do this. And then we're like,
okay.
oh, okay. But we don't have that much to like
Yeah,
put
throw
in
away.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
you guys should download it. It's so cool. Like I'm addicted to it. I go on it every day to see what I can buy.
thank you for the tip.
Yeah. But no,
Well,
that's all I have.
I'm sure a lot of people have Friendsgiving this weekend, so we hope everyone has a really good Friendsgiving
Yes.
or family, or you're with your family.
Or if not, make yourself something fun. And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening.
Bye guys.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Bye.